Number 10, the Honourable Damien O'Connor.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. My question is to the Minister for Primary Industries. Does he have confidence in Biosecurity New Zealand?
The Honourable David Carter.
Mr Speaker, yes, I do have confidence in the Ministry for Primary Industries and its ability to manage New Zealand's biosecurity. Systems are working, and as an example, this afternoon the Ministry is responding to potentially a serious biosecurity issue in Auckland. The Ministry has initiated an immediate response to the find of a single Queensland fruit fly which has been trapped in Mount Roskill.
The Honourable Damien O'Connor.
Mr Speaker, how many frontline border staff have been cut since 2008, and what further cuts will occur under the proposed border security changes outlined in his February the 7th Cabinet paper, including the proposal to make passenger checking less visible?
The Honourable David Carter.
Mr Speaker, reductions in frontline staff started in 2007. More recently, MAF, Ministry of Fisheries and Food Safety Authority have gone through a very significant merger. During that time, some vacancies have not been filled, and Mr Speaker, those numbers will be adjusted according to volume flows of passengers, both at airports and goods coming into New Zealand at the ports. Absolutely nothing.
Mr Speaker.
The Honourable Damien O'Connor.
Mr Speaker, how can he possibly make biosecurity checks at Wellington Airport less visible, given that there hasn't been a sniffer dog there since October of last year?
The Honourable David Carter.
Mr Speaker, the sniffer dogs are but one aspect of biosecurity protection. I am aware that at Wellington airports, though the dogs were available, 2 dog handlers resigned in quick succession. A recruitment process is currently underway.
Supplementary.
Shane Arden.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. Supplementary to the Minister of Primary Industries. How will the Ministry of Primary Industries respond to the find of a Queensland fruit fly in Auckland?
The Honourable David Carter.
Mr Speaker, the response is firstly to minimise any adverse trade reaction, and that is why the Ministry for Primary Industries is starting now to notify our relevant trading partners. Secondly, we need to quickly find whether this trapping is dealing with a single insect or whether a breeding population has been established, in which case an eradication response would be commenced immediately. And thirdly, Mr Speaker, Ministry for the Primary Industries has already initiated consultation and transparent communication with relevant key stakeholders.
The Honourable Damien O'Connor.
Mr Speaker. Mr Speaker, has he read the Biosecurity New Zealand website's report on the Queensland fruit fly, which they claim is the world's worst fruit pest? And does he agree that an incursion, quote, an incursion in key fruit-growing regions is likely to have a significant effect on the New Zealand economy, with potential job losses and eradication costing millions of dollars? And if so, does he agree that the cost of retaining a few dozen biosecurity staff pales in comparison to the huge potential effects of this potential incursion?
The Honourable David Carter.
Mr Speaker, I am certainly aware of the very serious nature of this find in Mount Roskill, but it is fair to work out these trappings do occur quite regularly, both finds at the border of fruit fly eggs, of larvae and insects, and in fact in 2007 there were 16 such finds. In 2008-9 there were 10 such finds. In 2009-10 there were 9 such finds. Last year there were 4 such finds. The important thing is, having made this find, is how we react to it. Whilst it is a serious potential issue, I don't think we should overreact if we are dealing with a single trapping. It is a very example to Mr O'Connor and to the Labor Party of our biosecurity system working.
Supplementary, Mr Speaker.
Damien O'Connor.
Mr Speaker, does this Minister consider it a failure of biosecurity protection, and will he inform his colleague, the Minister of Tourism, that his so-called SmartGate system that allows tens of thousands of visitors from Queensland and Australia to walk straight into this country without check, does he consider that that initiative might not be so smart and in fact may be the most disastrous initiative of a failing national government?
The Honourable David Carter.
Mr. Speaker, I have already spoken to the Minister of Tourism, the Prime Minister, about this incident, but as I point out to the Minister, the fact this insect has been trapped and found in Mount Roskill is the way the biosecurity system is meant to work.
Stephen Browning.
Why doesn't the Minister intervene to stop the importation of PRRS-infected raw pig meat, given the potential devastating impact on our rural economy?
The Honourable David Carter.
I am not aware, Mr. Speaker, of any imports of PRRS-infected meat that have arrived in New Zealand.
Supplementary.
Stephen Browning.
Given that the High Court has just allowed the Minister's previous permissions for PRRS meat to come in, when will the Minister learn the lesson from PSA and Varroa mite and stop putting our economy and the livelihood of our farming families at risk?
The Honourable David Carter.
Mr. Speaker, before any product is allowed to be imported into New Zealand, an import health standard rigorously is developed by the Ministry for Primary Industries. The final decision is not mine as Minister, it is one for the Director-General of the Ministry of Primary Industries to make. In this case, New Zealand cannot continue to argue for fair trade access around the rest of the world if it's then going to impose unreasonable constraints on the imports of product into New Zealand.
Point of order, Stephen Browning.
I seek leave to table this document which shows the weight limit for imported...
Order. Before the member says what the document shows, we must know the source of the document.
MAF Biosecurity New Zealand, 17 March 2009. It shows that the weight limit...
Is this off their website? Is this off the MAF website?
Not that I'm aware of.
Okay,
but
I invite the member to carry on.
It shows the weight limit for imported pork, potentially infected pork, as, quote, somewhat arbitrary.
Leave is sought to table that document. Is there any objection? There is objection. Is a further point of order being called by Stephen Browning?
There is. I would like to seek permission to table this document, which is from an advertisement placed by New Zealand pig farmers in the Farmers Weekly, which...
No, order. It's been in a publication regularly seen by members. We don't table advertisements from... Point of order, the Honourable Damien O'Connor.
Point of order, Mr. Speaker. I seek leave to table from the Australian Agricultural Department a brief on the Queensland fruit fly that is, quote, the world's worst fruit pest, Mr. Speaker, to show that this incursion is an absolute disaster.
Leave is sought. Order. We don't need a further speech. Leave is sought to table that document. Is there any objection? There is no objection. There is no objection. Question number... I beg pardon. Point of order, the Right Honourable Winston Peters.
Speaker, I seek leave to table Cook QC's recent opening submission in a recent injunction case on the issue of this porcine introduction of raw meat, which debunks the Minister's assurances.
Leave is sought to table... What was the document again? A
Cook QC's opening submission in a recent injunction in court.
Leave is sought to table that document. Is there any objection? There is no objection. Question number 11, Gareth Hughes.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. My question